Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next portion after the mouth, buccal cavity and the teeth. These are actually the initial alimentary canal or digestive system parts. So after that we are going to see today the esophagus, stomach, small intestine and the large intestine. So here alimentary canals consisting of the pharynx and the esophagus. So pharynx means the pipe which pass the air through which we used to respire and the air goes inside, is it? So next, that is the esophagus. Esophagus is actually the passage of a food material. So from the mouth the pipe starts, okay, this pipe starts from the mouth and emerge inside the stomach. So here it, what it does, it used to take up the food and slowly pass inside the stomach. Okay, that is actually its role. But here no any digestion happens. Digestion means breakdown of any food material cannot takes place here. Next, stomach, what it do, whenever the food enter into the stomach, okay, that uh, have some glands inside them. Glands are nothing but some organs, they having ability to digest the food, okay, by releasing some substances like enzymes and different juices. Okay, so juices and enzymes helps in our body to digest the food. Okay, so what they are, here I am going to spell out. First one, that is a enzyme like a protease. So what does the protease? Protease is a one enzyme that break down the protein molecules. Okay, then HCl, hydrochloric acid, it's an one acid, guys. Okay, whenever you will learn about the chemistry, then you will got to know what is mean by the HCl. So HCl is a hydrochloric acid. It burns, guys. If you, that acid, we have heard about the acid attack done on a girl face or something like that. At that time it burns the face or the any body, same. But in our body, to maintain the our body pH, so HCl is important. Why it's important? Whenever we say that I'm suffering from a gas, is it? So what is that gas actually? That is actually, there is if disturbance of any low down or more increasing in the HCl concentration, at that time we will suffer from the edge from the gas. Okay, next, that is a HCl. What is the role of HCl here? It kills the microorganism which are harmful in our body. Okay, for example, we know that we says that we are suffering from any diseases. Okay, if that disease is due to some organism, okay, due to some organism, if it will cause us, then it means that we are going to be suffer something, is it? So just to kill them, the HCl can help. Okay, so what is meant by the microorganism? Microorganism are a small minute particles which are not able to see by a naked eyes. Okay, under the microscope only we can see. Okay, those are actually the living organisms. To get a food material, they stay in our body. Okay, next, mucus, that is the third gastric juice in the stomach. It's that is a mucus. What is the mucus? It's a slight fluid material. Okay, what it does, whenever the HCl level will be increased, the acidic pH will be increased. Acidic level means gas will be increased in our body or the stomach. At that time it lowers down the mucus. Okay, mucus, you have to keep the three words in the mind about the stomach. Stomach consisting of a muscular wall or on their surface inside. Okay, inside, and the stomach wall have to some glands. Okay, so those glands have ability to secrete three enzymes, some enzymes. Okay, next, that is HCl. Next is mucus. Enzyme used to break down the protein molecules. HCl kills the microorganisms which are harmful, and mucus helps to low down the HCl level if it will be increased in our stomach. Next, so here digestion happen, is it, guys? Because protein molecules which are present in our food materials, that is going to be break down that by the that with the help of enzyme and by the different gastric juices. Okay, Next that is a sorry, here only, that is the digestive gland. Next part is that the liver and the pancreas. So now there is not mentioned, but we have to see here because it's one role big here. So you can see here the where is the pancreas, this one, okay, that is just below to the stomach. Okay, so what it do, it has also having ability to secrete means synthesize or release some juices. Okay, that is juice is known as a bile juice, and a liver is one of a big or the largest gland in our body. Okay, so it helps in the digestion of fats. What do the pancreas, largest gland, used to be digest the fat materials. Fat means that may be oil, any other oily food or fat containing things. Okay, next the process. So pancreas, what it do, now the first large part is that the liver. So you can see the liver is here, this one, this is actually the liver, and stomach is this one, and the pancreas are just below the liver. Okay, so let me show once again. So here this is a liver, and the below portion is the pancreas, and the sac like small structure, that is a stomach. Don't get confused. Okay, so next, so liver is a one of the largest one. Okay, the second largest one gland is the pancreas. Okay, so next is that the, what is the role of liver, it helps in the digestion of the fat. But what is the role of pancreas, it secretes some pancreatic juice. Okay, so pancreatic juice helps in the digestion of a protein, starch along with the fat also. As first I have told you, it also helps in the breakdown of a fat molecules. So the liver role is that to digest only the fat, but pancreas role is to digest the protein, starch and fat one. Okay, next, that is the alimentary canal, that is a small intestine. What is the small intestine? On that day I will show you the small intestine is the coil like structure which is present here. Okay, so here what the role of a small intestine, now the digested food from the stomach, liver and pancreas just come inside the small intestine. Next, then the small intestine is a coil like narrow tube. Okay, again it consisting of a three parts. So how it, let me show you, it consisting of a three parts like a duodenum, jejunum and ileum. So the duodenum is U shaped one, jejunum is narrow and ileum is very lower one part. So this is the duodenum, the middle part is the jejunum and the last one part is the ileum. Okay, so now again there is the role of small intestine of these three subtypes. So actually the digestion also happens in the small intestine. How, that we are going to see. So some hair like structures are present on the surface of or inside the surface of small intestine coiled structure. Okay, so what they actually used to do, they used to absorb the food material. Absorb means whatever nutrition is there, they used to be absorb it. Okay, then next, again the absorbed food will directly supplied inside the blood vessels through the villi. Okay, next, the small intestine length is varies from living organism to living organism or animal to animal. So why, the question is why it varies, because those animals can digest the grass like food. Okay, they need a large intestine, that is a longer small intestine. Okay, why, because it takes a longer time, is it? So that's why the small intestine is very in length as compared to the human beings in the cattle. Okay, next, that is a next alimentary canal, large intestine. The undigested food is passed to the large intestine. So whatever the food has not digested, so from the small intestine it comes like this out, okay, out. Then a large intestine wider than the small intestine. Wider means you know that it's a broader one. Next, it consisting of two parts, that is a rectum and the anus. Okay, here is that rectum and the anus. Then the colon, again sorry, it consists of two parts, that is rectum and the colon. Colon is one part which is present here. Let me show you. So this is actually the rectum and this part is the colon. So colon is inverted U shape, you can see this inverted U shape, okay, or you can see this one also, this portion, okay. Next, rectum is a terminal part, means a last but one part, this is, okay. Next, the absorption of excess water takes place through the colon or the rectum, getting. So if the excess amount of water will be there in our body, that will get absorbed by the rectum and the colon. Then undigested food released through the anus. So the last but one part, that is the anus. Through here the undigested food will get removed from our body. So once again I will repeat the whole process. First part is that the esophagus. No, we will start from the mouth. Through the mouth we used to take the food, okay. The mouth consisting of the teeth used to be smooth the food and chew it, is it. After that chewing, the food comes out through the this esophagus, is it, esophagus tube. So that is actually the passage of food material, is it. Then it comes towards the stomach. What does the stomach used to digest the protein molecules, and HCl helps in the killing microorganism, and mucus helps in the lower down the HCl concentration. This much is okay. Then next part is that liver and pancreas. What do the liver and pancreas? Liver and the pancreas are the two largest gland in our body, okay. The liver used to helps in the digestion of fats, only in fats. The pancreas helps in the digestion of protein, starch and fats, okay. Starch is nothing but a long chain of a glucose molecule. Next, what is the alimentary canal? Alimentary canal of next part, that is a small intestine. Small intestine is you can see in the image, that is a very coil like structure consisting of three parts, that is a duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Uppermost part duodenum, middle part jejunum and lowermost part, that is a ileum, okay. Next, that is the, it's consisting of a villi inside them, okay. Inside them consisting of a villi means a hair like structure which helps in the absorption of a nutrition and transfer into the blood vessels, because these are attached to the skin, attached to the blood vessels where they actually present. Next, the next largest part is that the large intestine. So what do the large intestine? Here actually the whatever the undigested food has remained in our body, that should get removed out. So again the large intestine consisting of two parts, that is a rectum and the colon. Colon is inverted U shaped, okay. Rectum is the last one part of alimentary canal. So the role of colon and absorption, colon and the rectum, that is the absorption of excess amount of water present in our body. And the last one part is that the anus, which helps in the removing of the undigested food. This is actually the alimentary canal or the digestive system of human being. How it done, you have seen here, okay. So now we are going to see about the how the digestion process takes place in the animals, okay. So we know that the human along with the human means the animals also having a digestive system. Okay, so how they actually done? It's not actually same as of us, but there is some variation, so that we will see here. So next, that is a grass eating animals. The mostly we are going to see about the grass eating animals, because I have told you the small intestine varies from animal to animal. Why? Because its length varies. The animals which eat a grass, they having a large intestine. Mm? Large intestine means the small intestine in very lengthwise, in a length is more than as compared to the human beings. Why? Because they used to consume a grass consisting of a cellulose product. Cellulose is very difficult to digest. Human beings cannot use to digest it. That's why we cannot eat any grass or any leaves of a plant. Okay, so here that so here we have to compare how it actually done, the digestion in grass eating animal. So now you can see here the parts which consisting by the grass eating animals, that is the esophagus, rumen and small intestine. Only three parts are here as compared to the human beings. Okay, so the animals chew again the taken grass. This repeat chewing process called as rumination. We know that esophagus means passage of a food material in towards the stomach. Okay, so here is the definition of rumination. Rumination means that is a rumen. So rumen means what? Whatever the food taken by that animal, okay, they cannot digest on that time only like us. Okay, they used to be digest or they used to be chew it for particular time, but that remain as it is. Okay, for a particular time, and again whenever they sit on a in a region or a area, so at that time they again bring that inside the mouth and chew it. That process is known as, in a simple word, that is rumination. The animal chew again the taken grass. This repeat chewing process is known as a rumination. So next part is that the small intestine. So here image I have shown you. See, the esophagus is there. So this one, the upper, the tube like structure same, the esophagus, then the rumen. So you can see this is the one extra part which is present in the animals. The small intestine you can see here. Okay, so the stomach, the whole, this is the stomach. So these are unnecessary things, calcium and all. So this is the large intestine, and it's why it is connected here, because the undigested food will get removed outside. Okay, so here the food taken by an animal goes in a rumen instead of a intestine. See guys, whatever the food we take, that goes from esophagus to the stomach. Is it from esophagus to the stomach and the small intestine? But here, instead of going inside the stomach or the small intestine, okay, it passes the food to the inside the rumen, the greenish part, the faint green you are seeing. Okay, so as I told you, the rumination means again chewing the food which has already taken inside them, but they used to chew later time. So what they actually do here, see, the whatever the food they have taken, okay, that goes in the through the esophagus, then it remain here only in a rumen. After some time, if they feel hungry, again they used to pass the food, to chew. They again chew it, again it passes through the small intestine. This is actually their process. So it is specially designed to digest the cellulose. Why it is designed naturally inside them to digest the cellulose? As I have told you, the cellulose is a very tough or the hard product which is present in the grass or the any other living plant part. Okay, so we cannot able to digest. So that's why in us the rumen is absent, but in animals they have ability to digest it again or chew it again, that taken up food. Okay, so that's why they consider the rumen. So this is actually the difference, that is a specialized design to digest a cellulose. A large rumen in between the esophagus and small intestine. You know that it's a present in between the esophagus and the in between the esophagus and the small intestine, this portion. Okay, so this much is about the, what can we say, the digestion in the animals, how it takes place through the eating of grass. Okay, so we are going to finish the chapter here. Okay, so in next session we will start the new chapter. For any doubt or any queries, you can message me. Okay, so we will finish it. Thank you.